Hello guys and happy Wednesday here from a very chilly Germany. I'm glad that you join us for some LMP, what was it at the time? GT1 LMP action. It's the late 90s RSS Classic Endurance Pack that we're gonna take a look at. And you notice me saying we or us. That means I've got some reinforcements as well. You might be able to hear him in the background
Yes.
chuckling already. Welcome to the show, Alex Goldschmidt.
Hello, Yannick. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we are going to go full English, but on this one. But yeah, the glory days of sports cars. You know, the late 1990s with the likes of the Toyota GT1, the R390 from Nissan, and of course a formidable open top in its own right, the Ferrari 333 SP. Yeah, it's just great to see all these throwbacks. Of course, we had a lot of throwback at the Sim Racing Expo. What was it? It feels like only yesterday, but it was just like a couple of weeks ago, and we're still all recovering.
Yeah, it was a ton of work, but totally worth it, I think, and pretty sure any one of you who's been there would agree, right? So, without further ado, I should say, let's go on track. And said track for the start is the Circuit de la Sarthe, also known as Le Mans to most of motorsports and sim racing, with this neat little vehicle, the Toyota GT1, which is of course due to licensing reasons not called that, but definitely the car in question. So let's see how it's gonna do here. We've got a nice little field assembled of somewhat period correct opponents. So the BMW V12 LMR, for example, the other two cars of the pack, meaning the Ferrari that Alex mentioned and also the Nissan R390 GT1. So should be a good time here. Also some GT cars, also by RSS. I think that's gonna be cool. So, late 90s GT cars or LMP cars, there's a little bit of an overlap with both,
Yeah.
really. What are your memories of those?
It was one of the most unreliable cars at the time in its early development. I mean, you know, of course, Toyota Team Europe, or Toyota GR Europe as it's now known, based over in Cologne these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a car that was originally a GT1 car. You had the likes of Martin Brundle, Alan McNish, Thierry Boutsen, Emmanuel Collard, amongst others in this vehicle. 3.6 litre, 90-degree V8, twin turbo. It's mid-engine, so it really gave us a true look into the future of what we now see in terms of the hypercar technology. And then, of course, from that, you also had the developments through LMP2, LMP3, which and this car is a very, very difficult beast to handle. I mean, you've gone full sequential on this, haven't you, Yannick?
Yes, I have, which is the way it was raced back in the day. So no H shifter, but still a sequential stick, which kind of adds to the fun, really. Hang on, I just really need to turn on the audio real quick, otherwise I won't be able to hear you at all. And also, I think the mix wouldn't be any good for our viewers here. So short. Well, I won't call it technical difficulties, but we shall be right back. And hit the go button again. But yeah, the unreliability is still in the back of my head as well. Because they were running really well both years they competed in Le Mans, I think, and both years technical gremlins came back to haunt them.
Yeah, it's one of those cars. I mean, it was developed and introduced in time for Le Mans because TT they were looking. I mean, they designed and manufactured the carbon fiber chassis and bodywork in house.
Mm-hmm.
And the engine was actually taken out of the Group C cars.
Right.
But also another interesting thing is that TT only developed the only two GT1 cars that were built for the road.
Oh yeah, true. They have to do that, right?
Yeah. One of them was actually put into a museum in Japan, and the other one is displayed at now what is known as Toyota Motorsport GmbH in Köln in Germany, or Cologne.
Mm-hmm.
For those people that go, why do you call it Köln? I said, hang on, look, we're a German publication, but the thing is at least being bilingual does help. You know?
Yeah, true. Why wouldn't you? Always mystified me a little bit. Maybe because Köln would sound kind of weird in English, but I was always wondering, or I've been always wondering. Hang on, well, am I heel and towing in this? That's not.
That's not a good start.
Yeah. It kind of goes to show what I've been racing recently, for the most part, I guess. We got a Porsche right in front of us.
Yeah, iconic GT1.
True.
That was the GT1 98 because they revised the body one for the 996 car, if I remember correctly, echoing the production line. I mean, the GT1 also won the 24 Hours of Le Mans, most notably it was the first out of 3 victories for a certain young Scottish terrier, as they call it, Alan Nish.
Yeah, he's seen a ton of action at Le Mans, of course, but also in Formula 1. Many people might not remember that, but in 2002 he actually raced for the Works Toyota team.
Yep, well, because he was also contracted for Formula 1 as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think he did most of the testing with them as well, as just like Mika Salo did in 2001.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite funny though that this car in '99 actually went on to win its class in the LM because GT1s were in '98, but then they changed it to LM Le Mans GT Prototype.
Right.
And anyone might remember a particular car. It was the number 3 car, Ukyo Katayama, Toshio Suzuki, and the man known as the Drift King, Keiichi Tsuchiya, won their class. They were second overall in the race. But yeah, I mean, for its time, you know, it really gave us an understanding of how technology was advancing in terms of sports prototypes. But then you also had the amounts of people that were jumping on the bandwagon because this mid-engine, highly aerodynamic, and fairly bullish-looking, I might say, vehicle. We also have to give a shout out to our good friends at simracing.gp because they've helped to try and get some people to join us on this as well, haven't they?
Yeah, we've tried, but apparently Wednesdays at 2 is not exactly the best time for community-based sim racing.
Yeah.
So we intended it to be a multiplayer session, but couldn't get enough people to take to the grid, unfortunately. So the AI is here to help out, but this shouldn't rule out future community-based sessions in these or other cars, if you're so inclined. So let us know if there would be any interest in that.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of stuff that's been, you know, it's nice to see the classic sports cars sort of being given a new lease of life. I mean,
Definitely,
this particular car, I mean, it revs like an absolute banshee, give or take, you know.
Sounds really cool as well, and I think the sound of most of these cars back in the day is a big plus too. Like even the Viper in front of us here. If you've driven that, that's part of the RSS GT pack, I think it's called. You'll know that these cars have some of the best sound in sim racing as well. So, I mean, as did their real-life counterparts in real racing, of course.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I think. I mean, just looking back at the history. I mean, the GT1 first made its debut at Le Mans for the official May test days, and they were 2nd, 5th, and 10th.
Fuck! That's a wall. Sorry for the language.
Yeet. Hey, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube. Look, we're all adults, right?
I hope so. I yeeted myself right there.
You induced a self-yeet right there.
I
No
shall
bueno.
take yeah, I shall take this opportunity to actually increase your volume here a little bit. I think that might help.
Yep.
Where's
And I
the
think,
video?
you might need to share your screen on where I'm sitting as well, because it's sort. I think when everything went you mentioned the word technical difficulties.
Oh, so you can't actually see. Yeah,
I'm using the Twitch stream as a reference point at the
I
moment,
am
folks.
so sorry, but
Hey, look, it happens. It happens.
that should be better now.
Right, let me just see. There we go. Lovely jubbly.
Exactly. So, serious attempt number 2.
Yes.
Let's see. Also, I need a virtual mirror at some point, but for right now, I think it's alright. Not sure where that's gone. It's actually my first few laps I've been driving with these cars. Have not touched them before the stream at all.
Yeah, he's gone out of the frying pan and into the fire, folks, and he's got the wonderful flame-spitting Lister Storm in front of him as well.
Yes, indeed. Nice little, I say nice little V12 in the front of that, but I think that was a 5 or 6 liter V12 even, though not quite the perfect word for that.
It's a bit of a brute for a GT car in those days.
Very much so. I think Jimmy Broadbent coined the term best wedge for that car.
A wedge that was driven by one Tiff Liddell a few years ago as well.
Yeah, true. I've seen that segment even. If that's what you're referring to, there was one segment where he was just driving it up and down like an airport runway and had the time of his life. But I think he drove that in competition as well, didn't he?
He did, but you're seeing speeds now from Yannick at about 320 kilometers an hour, which, folks, is around about 200 miles an hour. So these cars were incredibly quick for their time. But you know, having a twin turbo at this particular point was a V8, but a lower displacement than some of the, you know, it was when small displacement, high output, and turbochargers were definitely de rigueur in this period of sports car racing.
Absolutely.
You know, there's also quite an interesting thing about loopholes. Not referring to Adrian Newey, of course. Nudge, nudge, wink, winks anymore. But there was a loophole that was actually exploited firstly by Mercedes-Benz. All GT-based cars were required to have storage space capable of holding a standard-sized suitcase in order for the car to be considered not only production-based, but usable by the public.
True, yeah, I remember that. Because they had to
hang
be...
hang on. Danny Juice has just raided us with a party of 2.
Oh boy, Juice a party of 2. It's nice, thank you, Danny.
That sound on a twin turbo V8 is glorious, but yeah, hard into the braking zone. So this is coming into, I think that's coming in towards Indianapolis, wasn't it?
Yep,
Yeah.
indeed.
And then the iconic Arnage, where lots of people that outbrake themselves go exit stage left and into the kitty litter. Sometimes you eat the barriers for good measure as well.
Yeah, it's much tighter than it looks. That's always caught me out the first few times I've driven at Le Mans, like when I was, I don't know, 10 or something in sim racing. Been a while, but it's definitely a tricky corner to get right. Just like the Porsche curves here. So nice to drive though, so quick. Especially this last one is just... feels like you can't make the apex at all. Ever.
Yeah. Just putting a poll in the Sim Racing YouTube chat for those that are hopefully watching with us. And it's, which car out of these 3 do you prefer?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off with my judgment until the end of the stream when I've driven all 3. But this one is pretty damn good, I must say, so far.
Yeah, we're going to keep that poll running until the end of the end of it. So yeah, the Toyota GT1, which we're currently at the moment, and then I can't even spell it at the moment. I put Nissan. I meant to put Nissan. Damn it. So You've got to give it the berries through the Porsche curves, though, mate. Yeah, coming through into well, that's Tetra Rouge.
Also not exactly the best racing line here, so if you're looking for the finest in sim racing driving, you've come to the wrong place, guys.
Yep.
And let's see, should be at least, yeah, this lap and probably the next as well to set a time here.
Back end sign a step away from you, not just under braking, but exiting out the corners.
Kinda, yeah. It does feel better on throttle though than it does under braking.
It's squirrely, I think is the term.
Yeah, I think so. Gonna try and adjust the brake bias to the front a little more. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, like DTM started doing when they had the 4-litre V8s and then the Class 1.
Yeah.
In the more modern times.
That did feel a little bit better.
It's really weird seeing the fact that you've got the rev counter on the LCD display, but then you've got 3 lights saying, yep, you've hit the red line.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking up, it might help, you know. Don't have to take away your focus, or have to take your focus off the road, maybe. Might just be me, but racing this thing with an actual sequential stick shift just adds so much to it. Somehow it makes the experience much cooler, I think. Maybe that's just me being weird and like a history nerd and very particular about these things, but it's always cool to have that. So if you've got the possibility, definitely give it a try.
Oh!
Don't throw it away in the jeez. Not sure if I've got damage enabled.
It said cut detected, lap will not count. Yeah, cut detected because the car was back end happy, swapped ends.
Just a little bit, yeah. Yeah, the approach to Indy is tricky as all hell as well.
Yeah, there was nearly another F-bomb in the chat there, so peeps.
Yeah, I'm trying, guys.
Hey, we're all adults at the end of the day, as I mentioned earlier.
Feels okay, so I think I was wise enough to not enable that, because otherwise that would have been quali over.
Would have been the case of our survey says.
Yeah, basically. German viewers might still know the Zonk. It's from a game show. Like, you had to choose one of 3 doors, 2 of which had prizes behind them, and one of them had the Zonk as like a Trostpreis, so as a pity prize, if you will.
Oh, like wooden spoon prize, as we'd call it in the UK.
Sorta, yeah. It was a puppet, like it was a sort of a weird looking red, grey-ish rat thing, which always came with this, in Germany at least, very famous sound effect, indicating that you've made the wrong choice. It's still kind of a cult classic, that I don't know, rat thing.
Yeah.
That would have fit the situation perfectly there, I think.
Of course.
Alright, let's actually set a time now. That is not over 4 minutes, that is. I think it's pretty incredible how good this car still looks, or how modern it still looks compared to actual LMP cars or LMDH cars or whatever of today. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, or GTPs as they're being rechristened over in
Yeah.
Ipsen for this year.
True, yeah. It's,
And I was going to say, because the sequential shifter you've just posted on SRU, haven't you, about it?
I have, yeah. I've been looking at the thing for ages, finally ordered it, and thought a review would be in order as well. And yeah, definitely take a look at it if you're in the market for a new shifter.
All right, the poll at the moment is 50% the Toyota, 50% for the Nissan. So
All right.
votes coming in, folks.
Jesus, these curbs are treacherous.
I hate to think what it's going to be like on the next car and circuit choice game. Oh, mama.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, but another step up in the sound department, I'm pretty sure.
And maybe the power department, as long as it doesn't have broken wastegate. And you all know what car I'm referring to if you love your 1990s late sports cars. More on that later.
Wasn't the wastegate thing in 1990 though, if I remember correctly?
It was it was on the previous car, but that's why I mentioned about that would have been the, excuse me, which would have been with the R380, if I remember correctly. Well, I think it was a Nissan of some description that Mark Blundell had the wastegate, and it pushed it out at full qualifying trim at like 1200 horsepower.
Something like that, yeah. Which they didn't notice, but he put it on pole by like 12 seconds because of that. Which was kind of crazy, especially since it was the first year that they had introduced the chicanes down the Une straight.
Yep. One of which named after Michelin, one of which are named after Daytona. Of course, there's the Le Mans chicane that used to be the bus stop over in the Daytona International Speedway road course, and now has been nicknamed, rechristened. I still remember this part of the circuit where Benoit Trullier made one of the most over-exuberant manoeuvres I think ever seen at Le Mans. And that was after the Porsche curves. That would have been coming through more than likely Corvette, and this lap was looking pretty good. You said under 4 minutes.
See, yep.
3 minute 46.
And that is P4, I believe. Neato.
Yeah, Neato no Yeeto.
That's a good catchphrase.
Oh dear, that's another one I'm going to have to add to my repertoire then. And that was just off the fly there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if that sticks eventually.
As long as it's not on any of the SRU streams, then we're fine.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Also, let's hope I can make true on that, but we shall see. 4 more cars out there finishing their laps. That's 2. So we should be able to go racing real soon. Just 1 more. I keep hearing cars going by, but the count doesn't decrease somehow. What car are we still waiting for then? Okay, there we go. Nice. So, we've got 8 laps of Le Mans going on here. So we need more fuel. It's 7 laps actually. Professional.
Which is about 95 kilometers.
Yeah.
Sake.
Exactly. So lengthening the gears a little bit so we don't run into the limiter in the draft. And yeah, let's hope things are gonna go well. Here we go. It is race day, my guys, and I've forgotten to switch on the stupid mirror. Anyway, should be fine, hopefully. Standing start because Assetto Corsa doesn't support the rolling ones.
They need to sort that out.
Absolutely, yeah.
If it's a LMGTP car, then it has to, or a GT1 car, it has to be a rolling start.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would blow up their clutches easily if it wasn't so. On the other hand, they do that all the time in at the pit stops, so who knows.
Yep.
Alright, let's see what we can do here on the straight for the first time.
Nice little bit of slipstream there.
All the time you have to leave at that space. to quote another Toyota LMP driver from more recently, though.
Two-time Le Mans winner in the same super season as well.
Yeah, pretty crazy to think about.
I know, right? Madness.
If only his Indy 500 venture would have gone any more successful. That would have been cool.
Yeah. Toyota's now nipping it in the bud with regards to the poll, which we started 10 minutes ago. So either vote for the Toyota GT1, the Nissan R390 GT1, or the Ferrari 333 SP.
Okay.
Coming on to Ferrari, their new LMDH hypercar looks properly mental, isn't it?
Yes, it does. And it's so good to see Ferrari back in the sports car realm, so to speak. They haven't been there at the top level forever, so it's really cool to see that they're back. Can't wait for next season.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with the BMW M8 hybrid.
True.
Which is the same P66 V8 engine from DTM cars, so the M3 and the M4 DTM, only they stuck 2 turbos on it.
As you do.
As you do.
So, how can we make this faster? The must have been the engineering meeting.
Turbochargers on it.
Put on the turbos, yeah. If you're wondering, that's not discrimination. I'm German, so I can make fun of our accent.
That makes 2 of us.
Indeed, yeah.
Come on, just do it.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
In this case, get to the bimmer, yeah. Might even be 3 BMWs leading this thing, from what I can see here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you've mentioned it, you've touched upon it. The Toyota is a German-developed car as well. They've built that thing in Cologne. So in a way, we're having a German four-way fight for the lead here, if you will. Same base they later built their Formula 1 cars in, right?
Yeah, well, BMW used to run with Sauber with the likes of Quicknick, Heidfeld, and Robert Kubica.
True.
BMW have also been aligned with Williams.
Yeah, at the time I think Williams actually assisted with the prototype here.
Yeah, they did. One that infamously saw the legend that is Mr. Jan Lammers take the victory back in '99.
Such a nice car as well. We've been driving that for an SRU video earlier on. Check that out on YouTube. When that was released, I couldn't resist to have a go at the 12-cylinder orchestra that car brings with it. I think the BMWs might have a slight advantage on the straights here, but the Toyota should be better through the corners, I feel.
Yeah, it always there was always loopholes and regulations that the teams would have a little bit of creative license on, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was fascinating back in the day. It's basically the entire reason behind the P900 class, I think it was called from '99 onwards, because the FIA basically just, or ACO probably as well, basically threw up their hands and were like, all right, fine. They don't have to be based on road cars anymore.
As he says that, he has a self-induced yeet.
Indeed.
Let me guess, Arnage?
No. That was at the second chicane. Slow down. Why would I have to slow down after a spin? Cool penalty system here. Still in fourth though.
Yeah.
Somehow. And apparently there's someone behind me. 2 even. as indicated by the proximity arrows there. I really should have gotten that virtual mirror working, because the actual ones I can't see.
Ah. Hopefully you'll have that sorted for the next car.
Yeah. I might be able to do that on this shade if you could actually Google Assetto Corsa hotkeys for me. I think it was his F7, but I'm not entirely sure. So there you go. It's not just commentating and chatting about the racing, it's also engineering in a way.
Just make sure it works, okay?
Give me the mirror, yeah? I cannot see shit.
Stay cool, stay cool. We'll give you the virtual mirror.
Do I have the mirror or not?
No, Kimmy, you will not have the drink.
That's exactly what I was referring to.
And then I was waiting for the leave me alone, I don't know what I'm doing. Still
Yeah.
quit.
Yeah, that's damn it. Missed opportunity there.
Hey, I got there first. Ka-ching. But also, just to let you folks know out there, we've got a lot of content coming with regards to our SRU YouTube channel, with all the respective panels from this year's Sim Racing Expo. We're going to probably try and upload maybe 2 to 3 a week, so you can listen to some of the biggest names within the sim racing industry. Variety of different topics. We've got another one being released tonight at 1900 CET, that's 6 PM UK time, so keep your eyes peeled on our relevant social medias at sru_.com on Twitter and at Sim Racing Unlimited on Instagram. Cheeky plug there, had to do it.
I mean, it's our stream, so might as well.
Hey.
Also, there might be some interesting exhibitor interviews on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, here and there, so definitely keep an eye on that. We've had Steffi go around, and Luisa too, talk to loads of nice and interesting people in Nuremberg, so keep your eyes open for that, for some more interesting insight into the world of sim racing.
You know, one of the things that I'm disappointed about, you know, when I was having a chat with Nikki Schiller,
Right.
and we openly challenged Matthias Malmedy. Hey, Matthias, wo ist deine Antwort, ne?
Huh.
Hab nichts gehört.
That's disappointing. Hey Yeti
Yes.
und hi Maxi auch. Schön, dass ihr da seid. Sehe ich jetzt erst. It's gonna be a bit of a bilingual affair today, I think.
Well, I think that's probably what we might decide to do moving forward, folks. So when there's opportunities for me to be on the stream, then
Yeah.
sometimes when I try and put things across in German, and you know this for a fact, Yannick, that sometimes it does sometimes get it can, when I'm trying to think of the word, I don't always get it right. But
Yeah.
at least people understand me.
That's the most important thing. I'm pretty sure my English isn't perfect any time either, so it is what it is. We are doing the best of it, I think, or making the best of it. There we go. Ja, und der Passi ist auch da. Servus.
Deary me. Now, of course, there is some news. We'll be hopefully a little bit later on. Yeah, Yeti Vape saying in my case it's working fine, so that's all good.
Good to know.
Thank you. So, because of course the driver's pack from Race Room is currently being dropped onto Race Room Experience. We've got an article coming up on that a little bit later on, once we can share the link with you folks at home. And then I've just noticed a wonderful tweet from Jimmy Broadbent, the man, the myth, the legend, who had a great, fantastic charity event this past weekend, which I was part of the comms team. He basically
Oh,
ran
right,
for
yeah.
a broadcast. And over the 4 editions of the Race for Mental Health, we raised, a total has been raised of over £210,000 for the mental health charity Mind here in the United Kingdom. We raised over £56,800.
That is crazy. Crazy good too, but
Yeah.
most of all crazy. Great support.
It was a hell of a lot of fun. And I think the amount of Christmas jokes we were trying to put in were quite hilarious at the time.
Gotta stay up to date with the time of year, I guess.
Isaac P saying, I only understand train station. That's the Bahnhof.
Yeah. You know that saying in German, right?
Yep, I understand that saying completely.
For those that don't, maybe there's a saying in German which goes, "Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof." I only understand train station, freely translated, which is usually used when you acoustically understand someone but have no idea what they're talking about, like from a content standpoint, because that's you know, a nod to voice comms on trains actually being pretty much impossible to decipher most of the time. The only thing you'd hear would be train station, then next stop, whatever station, that kind of thing. Now what's a little bit misleading here is the tire marks in the braking zones. They kind of tempt you to brake later than you should because they're for more modern cars, I think. Not saying that that's to blame for anything, but that might be the reason for a spin or two earlier on.
Where the word yeet was very, very duly used.
Indeed. Yeet indeed. So I'm not entirely sure if we're actually catching up to the guys in front, because the real-time delta is all over the place.
That's all about having fun. This isn't though.
Yeah, for sure. So for now, I've just seen the question for the track and cars.
One.
Yeah. So for now, it's the Toyota GT1. So basically, the well, part of the RSS Classic Endurance Pack. First track, of course, Le Mans, and then we'll head to Road Atlanta, and later on a third track, we shall see. Or you shall see, we already know.
In other words, the song that is coming through into my head is "There May Be Trouble Ahead" for track 3 and car 3.
Most likely, yeah. Nice exit out of here for once.
One of the good things about talking on this stream and not being on the camera and not actually driving is the fact that I can also do other stuff as well. So
Yeah, that surely helps.
yeah, which includes content for SIU, you'll be all pleased to hear.
Definitely. Always comes out good, or well, I should say. Whoops. Alright, 3 more laps. Yeah, that'll mess up your line once you mess up the first braking point too. Oh, come on. Get back in there. Okay, just didn't recognize the track on his smartphone. Which I can totally see why. On a small screen it might be a little tough to actually see. But yeah, these cars deserve to be taken to Le Mans. Of course. 'Cause that's what they were built for, after all. At least I think the Toyota actually never raced anywhere else.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was a two-off really, but that was pretty much Le Mans exclusive. So the field has spread out considerably apparently. Bit of a gap to the guys behind me apparently, and in front just as much. I seem to have a knack to, end up in no man's land during races somehow. Even online, it's kind of weird.
A bit of the Billy No Mate situation, as we would call it here in the United Kingdom, where it is incredibly cold at the moment as well.
How cold is it for you guys?
We've had, around the country, it's currently 2 degrees, but this morning when I went out to my car, it was -3.
Nice, yeah. It's in the ballpark, I'd say. I think it's around 0 right now, but at night it was like -6 or -7 even. So cool stuff, you could say. Terribly sorry, but terrible puns are kind of my thing.
It's all puntastic, isn't it?
Yeah, very much. Come on. Why would that be a penalty?
It sounded by your exclamations there more like a Code Brown situation.
It was. It slowed me down anyway. But because I dipped a wheel or two past the white line, Seto Corsa's like, yeah, please reduce your speed to 35 kilometers an hour or less before the end of the lap. Screw you. Penalty systems in racing sims, man.
Complete the sentence.
Scheiße.
I was waiting for the fans to do that.
Happy to help out whenever I can.
Yeah, we know you always oblige, mate.
Especially when it comes to cursing.
It's always the thing about learning a different language, you learn the curse words first.
Always. By that metric, I know Finnish. Which is really mostly just curse words, but all you need to get by, basically.
Yep.
Ah, interesting. Yeti writes he goes to Gazoo Racing, where Toyota builds their cars once a year because of work. Interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Very, very cool. It's definitely a field trip most people can only dream of, I'd say.
Especially when it's when it's part of your job.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Definitely. I kind of want to go now. Could you hook us up somehow?
Debian sagt, sorry, der Stream läuft auch bei Daddy. Echt?
Cool. Even more eyes on my mediocre driving. Hooray! I think that's Dominic, right? From SRE,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. I think he goes by that handle on Twitter as well. So, welcome, my guy.
Come.
Sure hope the next race is going to be a little more eventful than this one. But it's only going to be like 1.5-ish laps at this point, so should be alright.
Goodbye.
Hey, it's the recommendations that show up. It's not always the stalking part. Although I did click on it to see who it was. Actually, I don't know if it was. I think it might have been on the SRU Twitter, though. I'm not sure.
Well, I've just followed him back.
There you go.
Not such a bad thing after all.
Bringing people together on a Wednesday afternoon.
Hurrah.
Fuck that corner. And again, it's a penalty.
That was for the squeezy.
Why would I go down to, or need to go down to 35? Cars almost fucking bogging down because of that. Alright, final lap. Hopefully without any penalties this time. Come on!
Oh.
Not sure if I cooked the tires or something, but that was weird.
You definitely put it in the kitty litter. That was for sure.
Just little bit.
Little bit of kitty litter. Yeah, SRE was a lot of fun, but for some of us, incredibly tiring.
Yeah,
We're recovering from it.
those events tend to do that, I think, but yeah. Overall, it was totally worth it, I'd say. Really a good time. Could you imagine what would be possible these days if they hadn't put in those chicanes and also didn't outlaw Group C? Holy smokes, we would have some very fast race cars.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That would have not been sane, but pretty cool still, I guess.
Yeah, I'll definitely 100% mate. And you have like the old imagine that Porsche 956
Yeah.
in the colours of the late Stefan Belov. Now that would be cool.
You might be able to spot a 956 somewhere in my face cam. For the eagle-eyed viewers.
Amongst you.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed. If you're wondering where it is, it's on the shelf on the left rear of Yannick's position, but on the right-hand side of the shelf on your screens.
Indeed, it's the 1982 Le Mans winner of Jackie X and Derek Bell.
Oh, nice.
Very cool car, Langheck version as well. It's just, you know, it's just a looker. I love the Group C era of cars, but the Porsche especially just screams sports car racing to, you know, to the max basically. God damn it, those curbs. Of course it had to happen last turn.
Yep.
So that's that in the books. A very uneventful 4th place here.
At least you finished where you qualified, mate. So.
Yeah, no places lost or gained for that matter. So, Yeti asks something I wondered about. Did you know that race drivers of the top classes like F1 are signing the machine they got their monocoque from? After that, they only get the next from the. I did not know that. Interesting. Why would that be? To keep it consistent or something, maybe?
Yeah. Could be. Maybe a nice little bit of a memento.
Probably.
But then you kind of like think, well, if they've got an apartment in Monte Carlo, where the hell are they going to have the storage space for that?
Basically. So, session over. Don't think we need to wait for the full results here. Instead, let's head over to our second scenario with another car, which, like I mentioned, is a little bit of a step up in the sound department still. Ooh, there's a dirty livery as well. Like, not anything PG-13 or up, but well raced, you could say.
Well weathered.
Basically, yeah. So, let's see where the hell said track is. There we go. And let's head in there, but we can do a few more laps, I'd say, since the lap is a little bit shorter. And I also need to reshare my screen now with you, don't I?
Good thing I didn't need to prompt you on that one.
Technology, people. That's the thing, if you're using Assetto Corsa with Content Manager, you can't switch cars and tracks while the sim is actually running, so you have to back out and go back in then. And I guess that prompts streams to other people, like screen shares, to kind of, stop.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a point of trust. Interesting. And it endured this season, so it's supposed to be safe in the worst case. Yeah, makes sense, I guess.
Ooh, that is a very, very well weathered 333 SP.
Very much so, yeah. But we are looking at technically a Dallara chassis, but it's a Ferrari, which.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the funny thing is that Ferrari contracted Dallara to assist with the development of this car, and they provided not only the transmission but also the suspension and then the aero development and of course the bodywork construction.
As Dallara do for pretty much every racing series in the world these days.
And is one of the four chassis providers for the LMDH GTP cars now, along with the likes of Multimatic, Ligier and Orica.
Would you look at that? Can actually change the rear wing style too.
Oh,
like very low downforce.
Yeah.
I think that looks kind of cool, to be honest. Like
it does look kind of cool, but that ain't gonna help you one bit here at Road Atlanta.
Yeah, probably not. But ooh, look at that, gurney flaps in the front as well. I think that's only cosmetic anyway, but still, kind of nice to have these options. And
it's quite funny.
Well. Wheel shop, interesting. Ooh, different rims. Looky here. God damn. Glass extra. Man, RSS really have put in some work here. Extra fin on the airbox. Camera. Don't see a difference here. Interesting. So, let's do the fin. Kind of reminds me of the mid-90s, late 90s kart Indy cars, which looks super cool. Yep. So let's go with that.
And then also we had shark fins on Formula 1, didn't we, quite recently? I think
We
it was
did, yeah.
2020, I think.
I definitely remember them being a thing in 2017 with the little T-wing thing on top too, but
Yeah,
later on
which-
I'm not sure anymore.
I'm gonna do some delving into that.
Nice. So some research too.
Yeah, it was 2017 and they got banned for 2018.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, makes sense. Dominic writes, I have to still say I'm still more the Counter-Strike guy, but I've started to show interest in sim racing after I've been to 2 sim racing expos this year. But the equipment is expensive. Yep, it is. And the good part is your rig will never be finished.
Always a work in progress.
There's
a
always
work in
something, yeah. All right, let's hear the V12.
4-litre naturally up.
That makes me feel funny, guys.
He's just had the fizzing sensation like James May would normally do.
Bit of a moment,
Clean up an oil through, please.
basically. I think the engine was even based on the F1 engine of the early 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually the modified version of the Ferrari 641, which was actually
there we go.
The displacement was enlarged from 3.5 litres to 4 litres.
Jeez.
But it was still down on power from the original engine by between 40 to 70 brake horsepower. So effectively,
Okay.
yeah. Well, Tony Southgate actually joined the project in early '94, and actually went on to help design and run the cars until the end of 1995. Because the 333 SP made its debut at this very circuit at the IMSA GT Championship in 1994.
There we go.
And 3 teams were allocated 4 cars in total, so Euro Motorsport, Number Corsa and Team Scandia. And again, we've got another car that has been driven by one driver as... Oh,
there's some chaos. What's going on here, guys? Also, save of the century, if I do say so myself.
That was a... Hold on. Right there. Emmanuel Collard also drove this car, along with the Toyota GT1. So, can we make it 3 for 3? I'm not 100% sure if we will, but...
Probably not, but I'm not entirely sure who's driven the Nissan.
Well, a couple of drivers, one of which who's still in his own right has been competing. I've actually commentated on the guy in karting. It's Mr. Jörg Müller.
Huh, would you look at that?
Yeah. And does anyone might remember a certain German who went over to Super GT and was very, very credible with Nissan? Michael Korn.
Interesting.
So,
I think I might have to work on the gearing a little bit, because it appears to be a little longer than it should be.
oh, that's not what you need.
Oh boy, that's not a good crest. Hello, Toyota. What's up?
Because somebody had a puncture. Oh dear.
Probably beached the car there, but Assetto
was
Corsa
not-
doesn't
it was-
quite know how to handle it.
Martin Brundle with an exploding right rear puncture. Whoops!
Oh yeah, that kind of destroyed the entire rear bodywork as well at the time, right?
Oh, yes.
That
Ki-
looked
kind of,
crazy, yeah.
Kind of reminded me of back in the day when Nigel Mansell was running with Williams Honda and then all of a sudden the back rear went.
And colossally, that's Mansell.
And look at that!
Very underrated in that moment is how he kept the car from spinning, though. That was some kind of driving.
Oh yeah.
Jeez, it revs to like 1,000,000 too. It's crazy.
11,000 RPM I think that's what it was revving to.
I think the F1 engine was even higher, of course. So even more of a scream.
Yeah. Well, that car revved to 12,750 RPM.
There you go. Man, I really should avoid that curb.
And there's...
Road Atlanta is tough, man. It would seem. Also, shout out to Danny while I'm driving this thing. His favorite 90s prototype, he once told me. So definitely do take a look at this thing if you get the chance. It's a ton of fun. Squirrely and nervous as fuck, but fun.
You know what we're going to have to do? If we're doing retro, we're going to have to do like a DTM, look back at some point here, aren't we?
I think so, yeah. Would be cool. There are also some cool tracks available in Assetto Corsa, like the very, very last version of the Avis, like the very short one they used to still race in DTM.
With the likes of Alessandro Nannini having his bonnet catch on fire, his engine catch on fire. Anyone might remember the screaming Italian not the prancing horse, but the Alfa Romeo 155 V6 Ti. Which still to this day gets used in hill climbs. Mind that curve, Yannick. That was a bit better. That was a better entry. Still, those two cars are sitting by the wayside.
It's fine. It's the 90s. It's the way they handled things back then.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll pick it up later. You can't park there, mate.
Exactly. Remember 90s F1 races where cars were just left next, like right by the circuit when they retired? Happened all the time. So it's not even that unrealistic, I'd say.
I still remember, what was it? It was a British
GT race. Well, time to change the setup anyway.
Good a time as any.
Basically. So it kind of reminds me of model train builds that are also expensive and also you never finish them. Yeah, I guess that's a kind of a good parallel. There's always something cool that you know, you think you're done and then you find something nice that you just want to add. Okay, so no final gear ratio here. Shorten the 4th gear a little bit maybe. And the 5th as well. Also, might not need full rear wing. That could help. Also, give me more ground clearance, please. I think that might help.
The ride height up.
Give me the ride height, yeah! Oh
so that final corner, it's handling like a little bit of a bitch.
Kind of. Also, tons of crests and everything. So, let's see. I like the little green light that pops up whenever you're neutral.
That's when you're banging through the gears.
Keep an eye on that, please. It's an interesting car, this. It's somehow confidence-inspiring, but somehow really not at the other on the other hand.
So, it's good in one respect, and it gives you code browns in the other.
Basically. Might just be the track, though. I haven't driven at Road Atlanta in ages.
Alex's voice reminds me of the Arnold Schwarzenegger angry German voice. Haha.
There you go. That's what we were going for.
Yep. Or you could throw it in modern day to Total Wolf.
Yeah. No, Michael, that is so not right.
Start fear.
Why am I in first through here? Alright, let's not hit that curb for once. I failed.
Whoops.
Ooh, another Ferrari, this time in blue though.
There are quite a few different teams that actually use this, and also for those wondering, our Race Room article is now live on SRU.
Nice.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is, for those wondering, I'm going to put both the English and the German versions of said article into the YouTube chat. So can do, being a administrator.
For sure.
Chat.
Give Windschatten. And now move out of the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kinda odd that this car only has 5 gears, though. Ah, that was nice. Yes. Whoa! What are you guys doing?
They're just spectating.
Yeah. First row seats, I guess. Yep. Could you be more in the way?
No.
I mean, it's a nice backside to look at, don't get me wrong, but, you know, quality times everything. Looks like it's got the better top speed, too. Oh boy, there's a Viper!
Squeeze. Squeeze.
Not that, though. Nice. Yeah, that was predictable.
At least.
Gives me time to... Whoa. Well, let me join you guys right here, since you're parked so nicely. Gives me time to actually figure out the virtual
steam
mirror.
off the yeah, smoke off the brakes.
That's not it. Where is it? Time of day, real time, force feedback. No, that's not what I'm looking for. ERS management, we don't have that. Where the hell is it? Hang on. You shall now see the live googling of Assetto Corsa hotkeys. Or maybe not see, but witness me staring at my phone like an idiot on stream. Where is you?
Where is it hiding?
In-game screenshot, no. Virtual mirror, F11.
Yay!
Yay! There we go.
Happy days are here again.
And now we see a very low res version of Road Atlanta against the racing direction. Now,
So I'm not only in the Twitch chat. So you're actually not only a nice voice. I can be a very angry one at times as well.
angry.
Not hangry, no, angry.
Hangry always works as well.
Yeah.
So, finish your laps, my guys, in order to get us going again.
Come on, peeps, hurry up. We are waiting.
In the wing. That's a nice little 10th place here. Only 5 seconds off the pace. Nice.
Oh, good job there, mate. Despite having the trials and tribulations of the final corner inside curb.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Guess who's leading the way again? Definitely no beamers. No, sir. They are a bit faster than the rest of us, apparently. But that's the way it was. No BOP back in the day. Just a set of rules and a pat on the back if you were too slow.
Whee!
Try again
Oh,
next
dearie
year.
me. -9 in Frankfurt.
Ooh,
Whee!
boy. Yeah, that's pretty cool, but not in a good way, I'd say.
That is a... Ach du Scheiße. Es
Yeah.
ist richtig verdammt kalt.
I'm freezing my nuts off, basically.
So it's like so it's like summer for you. No. No. We've even had snow here as well over the last few days. There's still a bit of ground frost out there.
Meanwhile, Finland is like, oh, a bit chilly, might put on a jacket. Sorry for the terrible accent, but it's probably true.
But if you're in Canada, there might be 15-foot high snow drifts if you're lucky.
True.
How much wheel spin did the car in front get?
A ton. And also, the Toyotas are killing each other. Neat.
Oh dear. Brundle's at it again.
That's P5 before we've even reached turn 1. I'll take that.
Yep.
This braking zone is so tricky.
I'm not even going to say the words "don't do whatever," because otherwise you'll end up doing it by mistake, and then I'll be.
Of course I am.
Providing the cursing for it.
Good to see another Ferrari up front here. And a bunch of Toyotas in the mirror. What the hell? Okay, so new rule, basically don't touch any curves in this thing.
And don't touch any Toyotas.
Yeah, that too. Looks kind of menacing in the mirror there.
True.
Okay, that might be a better idea to brake a little bit later. Jesus, that's crest right here. Okay, no more start-finish straight chaos here, good to know. Oh boy, oh no. Yeah, that was, I don't know, very unstable for half a second, and then that was that. Gives us more cars to battle with, hopefully, though.
There's a train in front.
And I can't catch up because they're just slipstream training themselves into oblivion, basically. Look at the catching up rate, or whatever you want to call it, on the braking, though. Thank you.
Deviance is coming with the first Dead or Alive reference. You spin me right back around, baby, right down 12 foot.
Well, to be fair, I'm in the oldest car of the entire field, so...
Which, interestingly enough, the 333 SP's final appearance in competition was the 2003 500 kilometers of Autodromo Nazionale di Monza.
Jeez, that's a long career.
Yeah, well, they, I mean, the thing was, in 2012 the car wasn't seen at all, but it was then powered by Judd engine.
Oh yeah.
The hand of Giovanni Lavaggi's GLV Brooms team. I mean, you even had, like, there's still a stalwart to this day, the likes of Rizzi Competizioni, who are doing a lot of work with within sports cars still to this day. But it was a lot of, you know, Momo Corse. I mean, if anyone might remember the Someone has to clip your spins, Yannick, and he'll make a Dead or Alive remake out of it.
Of
That's
course.
a good call there. Yeah. These curves are nasty here, though.
Yes, sir, they are. Also, I think this was the car that was responsible for Max Pappy's Mad Max nickname in the US.
Yes.
When he was, I don't remember who he was chasing down in a slightly damaged Ferrari at the end of the 24 Hours of Daytona, I think in '96. And he was making so much gain every lap, but couldn't quite pull it off, unfortunately. It was for the lead too.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were tied with the automobile in that day. Back in '96. Because in '95 the SP was a bit of a unreliable quantity at the 24 Hours of Daytona. But then in '95 it won the 12 Hours of Sebring and then took another 4 wins. And Ferrari won the manufacturer's title that year.
It's good to know. I actually did not remember that, but I was too young at the time anyway.
They'll be saying so many racing references, and I sit here like, what? Well, that's the reason why I'm being involved, because, you know, you sometimes, I think with sim racing, you can always add a nice real-life racing context, can't you?
Absolutely. That's why we're doing this right here. And also, if you've overheard any conversation between Alex and I, it's usually full of this motorsports history nerd stuff.
Yeah, noob.
Nothing like a good old V12 re down the straight. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it too wide through here again. Tried that in qualifying. We've all seen how that turned out.
Yes. Not good.
Kind of scheiße, you could say.
Echt große Scheiße.
Oh, dude, they're on the brakes so early here. Alright, fuel lights on, but that should be fine. Hopefully.
Famous last words.
Yeah, basically. I've trusted the in-game widget, whatever you want to call it, prediction. That might be my downfall, but we shall see. Well, it's a good thing that the dirty air effect isn't quite as pronounced as in other sims here, because otherwise I would have been toast multiple times through that last turn already. Oh, that was close. But thank you for the position, I'll take it. Now we actually get to play with a Toyota.
The purple meter is working overdrive, courtesy of their Hauptstadt.
Bit of a late lunge, but not
that great.
Yeah, not gonna work anyway. P11 right now, for anyone wondering, or in case it's too small to read in the bottom right here. Yeah, turn 1 is not the AI strong suit at all.
Oh. Turn 2 seems to be.
Yeah. And you're finding grip there that I can't find somehow. And here we are slow again. He keeps leaving the door open. Sort of.
Door, it's like barn doors. Both of them just been left completely open for her to run through.
Basically. Unfortunately, that Toyota is going to be faster in the straight line now. Or is it? Under braking noise. So even after that spin, we're in the top 10. Two more laps. Should be alright on fuel, I think. Ooh, that's a bit of a better exit. Leader is on the final lap already, apparently. Those BMWs are flying. Still got the Nissan on the inside. Not anymore. Nice. Ah. The rear view mirror is not looking kind right now. Okay, guys, what the hell are you doing? Alright, final lap. Let's see if we can take these two as well. We aren't particularly fast, apparently. Jesus Christ, thank you for nothing. Just parks it on the apex. Nice. Why am I clutching?
You've got a sequential gear shift, mate.
Also, alternative route right here. Bonus content.
Valtteri Bottas style.
Yeah. Just wanted to show off the motorcycle layout, of course, as well.
Yeah. Okay, the runoff area.
Yeah. Still 10th, though, somehow. Also, the effect if you don't, you know, if you don't blip the throttle on downshifts is pretty noticeable in this car in particular. The Toyota wasn't so bad, but if you know, just brake and downshift, the rear's already stepping out immediately. It's crazy. If you're looking closely at the pedal cam, you will see that whenever I'm downshifting, I'm also pushing on the gas pedal a little bit, or the throttle pedal. And that's P10.
And on that note, I'm going to have to dip out and leave Yannick all on his own for the next race. Yeah.
Well, it's all going to be a quick third one, I think. And I appreciate you being here for the first two. It was a good time, as always.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, yeah, so hopefully I'll be on another stream in the not too distant future when we decide to plan our next one. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be streams galore, hopefully next year at the latest. So definitely keep those calendars marked for Wednesdays at 2 p.m. And probably other times as well, we shall see.
Indeed. Right, have a good one for the final race, Yannick. It's been a pleasure as always, and a big hello and goodbye to our Sim Racing Unlimited viewers from my good self.
It has been a pleasure. Take care, Alex, and I'll see you soon.
Cheers, Yannick.
Bye. So, that leaves us with a choice to make. We still have one more car in the pack to go, and we need to race it somewhere. But where might we go? There are tons of cool tracks to put them through their paces, of course. But I mean, there's always, you know what, screw it, let's do that. Even though we might be screwed on top speed, we shall head to Belgium. So of course we're going to Spa. Yeah, Jeopardy, you actually knew a few things. Nice. That's good. I was kind of nervous because my stream was a little bit behind. I've seen too late that Jeopardy had already started, so I was like 13, 14 minutes behind, and then I only saw a WhatsApp message by Denny saying, "Are all the questions this hard?" I'm like, damn, they don't know anything. We're screwed. But luckily they did. So yeah, it worked out well in the end. Hi, Sabisti. Deutsch, Englisch, ist wurscht, geht beides. First time here. Nice, yeah. So we have some nice first time action then. I just need to switch or change the race length. I forgot about that, because otherwise we'll be here forever. And that's not gonna work. So let's do 5 laps at Spa. Nice little, I don't know, 7-minute qualifying. That should do it. And yeah, let's see how well that works then. First time in the Nissan, and yeah, hopefully a good one as well. So 98 version, we're probably going to be screwed on power on the long straights and everything. Probably on downforce as well now that I think of it, but then again I thought the Ferrari that we just drove would be kind of out of luck against the competition as well. So who knows, might as well work perfectly fine for us, we shall see. It's a nice car as well. Very unfortunate to not be as successful as the competition at the time, unluckily, but you know, it is what it is. Still a good looking little vehicle. So let's just do some very elementary things to the setup here to make it behave well. No, you don't have to. Well, it's the mod is a pay mod, so technically you'd have to pay for that. True. Also, it's an offline session right now, but we intended it to have or to make it a an online session, but apparently 2 p.m. on a Wednesday isn't exactly the best time for most people to race, so we had to go with the AI in this case to fill the field. Or all right, Dominic, take care. Thanks for stopping by. See you around, man. Yeah, exactly. Pussy nailed it there. It's offline for this one, but we're definitely looking into doing more online stuff in the future again. We had our community night live thing going until early this year, I think. So that was always fun. Might as well revive that sometime early next year. We shall see. And you know, race some cars that usually don't see much action online. That's a nice turbo flutter. I love it already. Engine sounds pretty cool as well. Damn. So how can we do Eau Rouge and Radillon? Not full throttle. Not that I would have expected that, but it's alright, I guess. Going into Les Combes for the first time. Feels pretty nice, pretty stable, that Nissan. But not that agile, really. Which is probably true to the real car, as that was mostly developed with Le Mans in mind, if I remember correctly. Oof, yeah, cornering's not that strong suit, apparently. At least not these fast, high downforce corners. But then again, like I mentioned earlier, no BOP back in the day anyway, so if your car wasn't particularly strong on the particular track, or, you know, any track in at all, that's just what you'd have to deal with. So the gaps between the cars usually were a lot bigger than they are today, too. Whoops, not really comparable with any spot times from back then, because the layout was a little different still. Well, let's see what we can do here with a proper hot lap. I was about to say probably braked a little bit too early, but then I understeered to hell and back. That's much better than our first run through here. Almost hitting 300 down the straight. It's good to see. So there is some top speed in the car. Hello, fellow Nissan enthusiasts. Yeah, it's understeer as fudge. Ah, man. Yeah, thank you very much. Jeez, hopefully I can still make a lap out of this then, without getting punted. I was just about to say though, how cool was sports car racing back in the day. You had the badass GT cars like the Viper, the Lister Storm, later on the Ferrari 550, your Lamborghinis, your Salines, Aston Martin DBR9s. Late 90s, these GT1 and later P900 prototype cars. It was crazy. What a time for endurance racing. Ooh. Just hope we're going or heading towards an era like that now, with a ton of new prototypes coming in. Lots of diversity in the GT3 field. That's probably gonna help things as well. So let's do this properly this time around, hopefully. Ten seconds left on the clock. Shouldn't be a problem as we're already on a timed lap here. And our Nissan friend is showing up again. Hopefully he doesn't hold us up again, or even worse, punt us out of contention here. That's not the line you want to do through here. And now the Nissan's getting stuck behind the Viper. But should be better here to pass that thing. Thank you for moving out the way. You too. See ya. Yep. Nice. No, come on. That's not good. Still a better lap than before, but not ideal. How is that pole position? What the hell? I mean, I take it, but huh? Why though? 5 more cars doing laps right now, so that might still change, but they're so slow through here. Is that a reason, you know, is that just traffic or what is it? That's weird. Gonna see what the quality results screen says in a little bit. One more car. There we go. And we do... Where are quality results now? Did it just advance without anything? Show me. No, you can't see. Anyway. So, 5 laps of Spa. Fuel her up. Yeah, 30 liters should be alright. And let's see how we're gonna do here. There's a bunch of Toyotas behind us. Oh, come on. Almost bogging it down here. Not a good start. Already lost some spots. But just racing away in front would be kind of boring too, so no worries. Once we head over the top of the hill here. Apparently they're way slower through Eau Rouge and Radillon for some reason. Did I actually accidentally, maybe, pick the OP car for Spa? Interesting. Alright, Mr. Toyota, let's see what you got. Hopefully we can make this exciting. And I should keep an eye on my mirror as well, because there's another Nissan boy. Oh boy, that's not how you do that. No penalty though, luckily. Ooh. There's just no grip in that chicane. I hate it. Old Bust Up was the best. Don't at me. The downshift sound effects of this car, my, those are good. Here we go. They're definitely somewhat slower through Eau Rouge and Radillon for some reason. Which is good, so we can actually catch up. He's kind of running away a little bit in this middle sector here. I think we're close enough on the final sector, which is starting right about here. If we can manage to keep it on track, actually. But the middle sector is just Toyota land, apparently. Well, actually... Oi! Sorry. That was not intentional, my guy. Is he waiting now? Oh, come on, that's bullshit. Let's wait then for a few other cars. Have I actually gotten damage now? Or is it just the track? Yeah, probably the latter. Hello! Party people. Definitely didn't mean to punt anyone there, but he was braking way more than I would have expected. Now he retired. Nice. Sorry. Why are you guys so slow through Eau Rouge and Radillon? I do not understand. Nice little dive to the inside here. Whoops, sorry. Again. Don't hit that curb. Still true, apparently. That has cost me a lap or 12 in Assetto Corsa Competizione already as well. That's a bit wider than I would have liked. Alright, 2 more laps. Let's get a clean one this time, maybe. She's already 1.5 seconds up on our personal best. That's not too shabby, I'd say. still got the GT3 lap times in the back of my mind. Those are like 2:16, 2:15, I think, even for the top drivers. So these cars are considerably faster, as you would have expected probably, but still cool or interesting to see too how much of a difference it actually is. And to think of the lap time someone competent with could do with one of these, instead of, you know, my mediocre, let's jump in and try and drive these things with no practice ass. That is quite something, I'd say. That's more like it. Nailed that one. Nice. Whoops. Not exactly the cleanest of laps, but still a 2:12. Nice. Also our final lap for today. So let's end it on a high note, shall we? Some serious exit speed up there too. It's like 250 or even more. Alright, half a second off our best time. That was a little bit in too deep. Come on. No, don't spin. Jeez, that was close. Alright, so no new PB for the final lap here, but we're still in it at least, so that counts, I guess. Also a lot closer than I would have liked, but still fine. As we exit the chicane for the final time and take a glorious victory. What a pack! I really enjoyed all three of these cars. I didn't expect anything less from RSS, to be honest. They always put out such quality content. There's, I think, pretty much everything they've got on their store is worth a shot, for sure. Definitely give these a try. The GT pack is sublime as well. And pretty much everything else as well. They've got a 2000s Formula 1 car. Some Indy cars, I believe, as well. So, pretty much something for everyone. Go and check these out if you've got a few bucks lying around, maybe some Christmas money, who knows. And yeah, definitely check out our socials as well, as Alex mentioned earlier, to stay up to date on anything related to sim racing and the ADSC Sim Racing Expo as well, so check out those channels too. And yeah, thanks for watching. I would say for now, it was a pleasure, a very good time once again. And we shall see each other next time, so keep an eye on our socials to see the next stream date. So I think what it's called. danke fürs Zuschauen auch an die deutschen Zuschauer, die jetzt die ganze Zeit mit dem Englischen sich herumgeschlagen haben. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet auch ein bisschen Spaß, genau wie Alex und ich. Und ja, dann würde ich sagen, haut's rein, schöne Adventszeit noch und wir sehen uns. Ciao.